Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'll let a few hundred of y'all come in and then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to get some shout outs to the early birds to show my appreciation. You dig? Yeah. What's up, Sherry Anderson? San Francisco in the building. Salute to San Francisco 49ers. They gave it all they had. And hell of a game. One of the best Super Bowls I've ever watched. I hadn't watched. Damn, I hadn't sat and watched a Super Bowl in about 5 years. But that was a good one. That was a really good one. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for the win. Who is this? Danielle J. What's up? What's up, TT? H-Town in the building. Yeah. Dwight Dorsey. Good morning, Los Angeles. I see Vita, the UK checking in. Always good to have that international family tuned in. Norvell Leonard, H-Town in the building. Oh, hell, hometown checking in. Y'all riding with me, man? Y'all still riding with me? H-Town, baby. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm going in, fam. I'm going in on this one. Going in. Let me put a pickup of Monique and her son. This is a younger picture of her son, Shalon. Shalon Jackson. This is her son with Mark Jackson from the NBA, not the Mark Jackson, not the Mark that Mark Jackson you're thinking of as far as the coach, but another guy who played, who was in the NBA in some capacity. But in any event, yeah, that's his son. Here's a current picture of Shalon. Shalon is a comedian. He's a comedian. Shalon is Monique's oldest son. He addressed the Club Shay interview, and he said that he wanted to provide some context to the false narrative that he accused Monique of. I want y'all to stick with me on this one, fam, because I'm going somewhere with this. I think we all going to be able to learn a little something from this. Shalon said that when Monique said that she prayed to the universe to reconcile with him, that, you know, that was a lie. He said faith without work is dead. And he said that neither of them, this is what I thought was interesting. He said that neither one of them has put forth the effort to reconcile with the other. He said, she doesn't care to be my mother any more than I care to be her son. God, oh man, I ain't never heard words like that. I've heard mothers say things, evil things to hurt their child. I've heard children say evil things to hurt their mother. But I never heard anybody put it quite like that. She doesn't care to be my mother any more than I care to be her son. Damn. Shalon said that he was tired of Monique hearing her truths, responding the way that he responded on the internet would allow him to state his truth uninterrupted. So he said to those who was wondering why say something now, why did he say something now? You know, he's been relatively quiet through all of this, right? Why did he say something after all of this time? Well, you know, they had a falling out last year, but we're talking about recently. He's been kind of quiet. So what triggered him? He said that when Monique's husband, Sidney, was talking about how they have 3 sons, and when his wife is on the internet talking about having 4 kids, that rubbed him the wrong way. He said that his mother stated she did her best job, the best job that she could do. And he was willing to get over it, but he's waiting on Monique to take accountability. And he said he couldn't understand why somebody, I'm paraphrasing now, but basically he said something along the lines of not understanding why or how a mother could admit to not doing her best job, but then tell her son, you got to come to me to make this right, as opposed to her going to him to make it right. Whoo! Now, Monique has admitted in past interviews that she used to put her dreams of stardom over family. And apparently that came at a price. So here's the deal, fam. I checked dude out, well-spoken cat. Seems like he's adjusted pretty well. But clearly, he's been affected and he's still in pain behind the relationship that he had with his mother, or the lack thereof. He spoke a lot about how, you know, it seemed like he was hurt behind how the sons that Monique had with Sidney seemed to have a much better relationship with their mother than he had with her. This is what I gathered from that, fam, and I could be wrong. I'm not a therapist, but I have lived this life long enough to see a lot of things come full circle. And this is what I gathered from listening, right? Monique has talked about her childhood trauma. She talked about being molested by her own brother and how that affected her, how it disconnected her. She admitted that it wasn't until she met her current husband, Sidney, that she started putting everything together and she became a better person. Could it be that when Monique was raising her son, Shalon, that she didn't have the tools to be a proper mother, to parent properly? Could it be that she was still healing? Y'all know how that go, fam. Hurt people hurt people. So when she met Sidney, she became a better person. She became a better mother. Now that don't excuse, you know, trying to patch it up with her son now, you know, and it really don't excuse anything that happened in the past, because I don't really believe in excuses. I was like, okay, it happened. Let's make it right. Let's try to get over it. Let's do better. That's what I believe in. We messed up. I messed up. You know, I'm not gonna make any excuses. I don't wear excuse shirts. I say let's do better. But it appears to me that what's happening is perhaps Monique is a better mother because she healed from that past trauma. She's a better mother to the current children that she has. And perhaps because of the wounds, all of the things that happened in the past with her oldest son, Shalon, you know, sometimes those wounds be so deep, fam, that, you know, they're very difficult to heal. And I'm gonna tell you something that I know about pain. Everybody thinks that their pain is worse than the next person's pain. You know, you can have a situation where a woman gets into it with a dude, you know, because she didn't wash his clothes, and he can shoot her, and he'll feel justified because she didn't wash his clothes. He'll really be in pain, like, damn, you ain't washed my clothes, you ain't washed my workout clothes, you know, you didn't wash my work clothes, or you didn't, you know, my food is cold. And he could shoot her and really feel like he was justified. Everybody thinks that their pain is different. Everybody thinks that everybody's pain is different, but everybody thinks that their pain is worse than the next person's pain. So ultimately, when it comes to relationships, especially family, it's always tough because family is family, man, and you can't shake them. No matter what you do, you got a friend, man. You cut that friend off and move on about your business. Ain't no connection. But family, blood gonna always be blood. Good, bad, or indifference, blood gonna be blood. Now, I'm not saying that because somebody is blood that you should rock with them. That ain't what I'm saying. Because if you really want to know the truth, blood don't make you family, loyalty do. So that's how I rock. I got family members I don't rock with at all. Perhaps there might be some love still there, and I don't want nothing bad to happen to them, but I can't rock with them. I don't rock with them at all because they're energy vampires. Not good for my energy, not good for my health. I'd rather just keep my distance and keep on moving. If I see them, they're around other family, we're in the same space, I might give them a hello or what up, something like that, and it's gonna be short and I'm gone. This situation is a sad situation because, as Shalon put it, a mother is a son's first love, just as a father is a daughter's first love. I could tell dude is still hurt. He's really hurt. And as much as he said he's not making any effort to be her son anymore, I still believe that he would like that to change. Perhaps Monique would like that to change, but there's an ego line there between the two. I don't know who is egoing more, but a lot of times when people have rifts, the egos get in the way. And one say, well, I ain't going over there to talk to him. Well, I ain't going to talk to him. Well, it's going to be a stalemate. You're going to come to an impasse, right? I got a brother, family member, years ago. His daughter I don't think he's gonna mind me telling this story. I ain't gonna say his name, but years ago, his daughter was living out of town with her mother. And his daughter was a small girl. She was like under 10 years old. I think she was like 9, 10 years old, somewhere around there. And he was telling me how she never calls him. And I felt his pain. He says, you know, she don't call me. She don't call me. You know, I call, she always busy and woo, woo, woo. And, you know, he wasn't getting along with her mother. And I told him, I said, man, I hear what you're saying, but as a parent, as a father, we don't have the luxury of not communicating with our kids. She's 10 years old, you know, like she's 9, she's 10 years old. She's doing what kids do, go out and have fun. Kids do not want to talk to grown folks on the phone. Can I get an amen? Kids do not want to talk to grown folks on the phone. I don't care what you're doing for them. Now, if you got something for them, that's how kids are. Kids are very, very selfish. Once in a blue moon, you might find a kid that just goes out of their way and you be like, man, this kid is spectacular. This kid is so giving, so considerate, so mannerable. So, you know, like that's so, ooh, man, that's a unicorn. But most kids are preoccupied with playing. They're preoccupied with talking to their friends, hanging out with their friends, getting into the phone and all these type of stuff, all these type of things. So I gave him an example of how my kids treated me when I would call them when I'd be out of the country. I call my kids, I'm 10,000 miles away. I'm calling to talk to them. And it's almost like I can hear them in the background. I don't want to talk. I don't want You know they did it because, you know, I've done it before. I don't want to talk. You know, that's what kids. They not tripping like that. Kids ain't got nothing to say but, are you bringing me that gift? Yeah, I got the gift. I'm finna go outside. Hey, how you doing? Bye. Boom, gone. You know, that's how kids do. So you really got to get out of your feelings. I know we're all human beings and we all have feelings, and, you know, we all, you know, we want to be treated like we treat other people. But when it comes to these kids, you got to give them a little curve. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a little bit more grace when it comes to kids, right? That's why they call it child psychology. You have to elevate your thinking. And when you're dealing with kids, if you're a parent, you don't have the luxury of ever behaving like a child. You can't act like the child ever. They'll lose respect for you. They will. If you start acting like a child, they'll lose respect for you. Even if you love them to death and you try to play with them and be their friend and all that kind of stuff, nah. I told my kids, I'm your daddy, and I like my role. My role is unique. I'm irreplaceable. If you tried to replace me, you couldn't replace me. I'm irreplaceable. You can say what you want to say, but I'm going to be your daddy no matter what you think, no matter what you feel. It is impossible to undaddy me. I got a unique position. Now, if I can be daddy and friend, that's fine. I'll take the little old friendship chip. I'll take it. But I like my role as daddy way more than being a friend. I'm in a special category. I'm unique. My kids can have 1,000 friends. They get one daddy in a lifetime. That's it. I got a unique position. Thankfully, my relationship with my kids has escalated into a friendship also. that's icing on the cake. But at any given time, the kids know I'm daddy first. Daddy first, daddy first, daddy first. Point blank, period. So I expressed to him that he needs to call his daughter. I don't care how often she don't come to the phone. I don't care how often she pretends to be busy, how she try to rush off the phone. Call that girl. You do your part. Don't worry about what the mother do. I know sometimes the mothers can make it difficult. I got that. But it don't matter what she doing. You constantly, if you got to make a fool out of yourself, running after your baby, that's what you do. You don't have the luxury of allowing your ego to trump your love for your child. So I expressed to him to call that baby. Let her know. Because no matter what her mama say about you, she gonna know. My daddy called me every day. It was nauseating. He called me so much. Ooh, boy, he was calling me so much. Man, my daddy, you can't tell me my daddy don't love me. My daddy was on point. My daddy was, hey, I know there's situations where sometimes daddy is sending stuff and, daddy, is not necessarily, the mother is trying to keep the daddy away from the child and all these type of things. Let me tell you something, fam. I got a homeboy who recently, him and his wife broke up. She took the kids out of town, out of state. He was trying to get in touch with him. Every time he would call the house that she was staying at, they wouldn't let her get on the phone. They wouldn't let him talk to his daughters. He got in that car and went down there and sat in front of the house, called the authorities, and stayed in that city until he got regained custody. You got to be willing to go all out, man. You ain't gonna get a chance to do this childhood thing with your kids over. So, try to get it right the first. Try to get it right straight out the gate. Try to get it straight out the gate. But if you can't get it straight out the gate, as long as you're breathing, you got action. So you can still make an effort to patch it up. You can still make an effort to patch it up. I think this kid is screaming for help. I think he still wants a relationship with his mother. I'm wishing him the best. I pray for that healing for him and Monique and reconciliation. So it's clear that he has some issues, not just with Monique, but with his stepdad as well. Not just with his stepdaddy, but it must be some issues there with his father too, because he's not, where is the father in all of this? Where is the father? What is the father doing? What is the father doing to try to patch this together? Or what did he do to try to, keep them united? What did he do? This is a slippery slope. This is a slippery slope. But I'll tell you this, fam. The dude is very, very well spoken. He gave his side of the story, and he seemed to be at peace somewhat. And I personally don't think there's anything wrong with him telling his side of the story publicly, since we've heard Monique's side of the story publicly, right? But this is really a private situation that should have never been made public. And this is a lesson to everybody else out there. If you don't want your kids to make public statements about you that may be disparaging, you should probably make sure that you, first and foremost, don't make comments about them, because if they hear something and you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing, or you're not doing what they think you're supposed to be doing, they're going to jump on that internet. They're going to get on that internet and talk about it. But here's the deal. As an adult, I want y'all to hear me, fam. No matter what, let me show you my face. No matter what Monique did, and I'm not giving her a pass, no matter what he believed Monique did, or what he perceived that she's done, whatever grievances he have, as an adult, you're responsible for your own healing. Say it again. As an adult, you're responsible for your own healing. See, I'm gonna tell you something, fam. I had a tumultuous relationship with my mother. But I grew up in an era where no matter what mama did, that was still mama. And she gave me life. Without her sacrificing her life to give me life, I ain't even here to talk noise about her. And he gave it up to her. He actually saluted it. He's like, I thank her for giving me life. So even though I had a tumultuous relationship with my mother, I still loved my mother. I still cherished my mother. When I got my bag, when I got my first piece of real money, I was living in an apartment, but I went and bought my mama a house. For me, it's mama. You know what I'm saying? It's mama. I get it, man. I get it. Some mamas ain't deserving. I get it. Some of them ain't deserving. But that's something between the child and the mother. That's something that they got to figure out. For me and my conscience wouldn't allow me to let my mother go without. And I had. Nah, I ain't built like that. Not me. Sometimes we have to soar above our pain. And we have to shine in the midst of trauma. We have to go through it because life goes on. We have to still go through it. You dig what I'm saying? My mother died on Valentine's Day. Hurt me to my heart. Imagine what that did to me and my relationship with my kid's mother at the time. Valentine's Day, celebrate. Man, I ain't feeling none of that. I'm not feeling none of that. I ain't trying to hear none of that. But my relationship with my mother and my relationship with my wife at the time, totally different. So one should not suffer because I'm suffering from past trauma. Because I'm trying, you see what I'm saying, fam? It's heavy. It's heavy. So I couldn't rob her of that experience. I couldn't take that away from her because she wanted to celebrate that, you know. And to this day, I can't take that away from my current girl. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be walking around here all sad and moping and all that kind of stuff. Life goes on, man. And so we have to live for the living. And we also have to heal ourselves before we kill ourselves. Walking around with all that extra, that pain, that trauma, waking up and going to sleep with it every day and using it as a crutch, you know, wallowing in sorrow, you're going to kill yourself. You're going to take years off your life. I'm not saying don't think about, your trauma from time to time, or think about your past and, your losses. I'm not saying don't think about it, but I'm saying you got to get to a point where you know how to compartmentalize it and put it at a safe distance where it can't harm you. You see? Because a lot of times when we are hurt and people hurt us, we sometimes hurt ourselves even more trying to get through it. Sometimes we go out and we live reckless. We want to fight everybody. We're promiscuous. We self-medicate, use drugs, abuse alcohol, drinking and driving, all these type of things, very reckless when trying to get through trauma. So the goal is when you're in pain, make sure that you don't cause yourself any more pain. You got a leak in that roof. The leak is only going to get wider and wider and wider. The more that leak, the longer that ceiling that roof go unrepaired, the wider that hole is going to get. And sooner or later, the sheetrock going to fall out. And then after that, the roof is going to fall in. It's going to cave in. So you gotta treat it at the source. You gotta heal in order to move on in life, in order to operate at your optimum. Going into the comments. What's up, Mike Nice? Real Spill TV. What up, Ruth Robinson? Miss Jazzy is in the building. Tanya C. What's up? Yay, Buckhorse DC is in the building. Jason Wade, Tanya Welch. She speaks. Lena Castellanos. Too real for TV. Mario Gibson. What's up? Calm solitude. Calm solitude. Solitude. Nice play on words there. Tanya C. That's my time, fam. In closing, whoa. This is crazy. The chat was gone. I thought the chat was gone. So that's never happened before. Well, the devil is busy. But that's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all for joining the live. A few more shout outs. Let's see. We got Ruth Robinson. Wood. What's up, Wood? CC, I see you. All right, fam. That's my time. Remember, the Willie D Live podcast tour coming to a city near you. Be ready, get cocked and loaded, get your tickets. They're going to go fast. Until next time, fam, no more talk.